It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics getting set to match up with the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors control the tap. Jay, how do you even begin to try and describe the whirlwind that is the Toronto Raptors?
Well, you start with the positive. Last year was the first time in franchise history they were the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And here we are. This team still having a chance to win the Eastern Conference again.
Celtics have it. To Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. Walker. Off the assist.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Smart, able to recover with the block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marcus Smart. And a pass stolen by Boston. Walker, it's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
And transition defense against the new norm of three-point shooting in the NBA has changed. You have to get out, stop the ball, and then quickly fan out to three-point shooters. And whoever's on the weak side needs to clog up the paint. That's the new way to guard the three-point shot.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Gasol. Throws it down. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. To Marcus Smart. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Fred VanVleet to Gasol. Marc Gasol, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Old school equals high percentage.
Walker with the basketball. Down 2. To Marcus Smart. 4-3. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. Lowry with it. Looking to make something happen. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Take stock of the floor. To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Tatum. Tough shot. He hits.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Layup goes down. Well done.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Brown into the front court. Down 3. Tatum. And he drains it.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I was there, I contested a shot, I pretty much had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That'll enhance his chances of missing the shot.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. To Van Vliet. Count the bucket for two.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. All tied up, 13 apiece. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Walker. Fires the three. That no good. Off the mark. Lowry into the front court. Leads a bucket. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. That pass taken away by Toronto. Well done. Kyle Lowry looking good. 4 for 5.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Down 4. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Boston with the basketball. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Van Vliet. Lowry. To Gasol. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
This has been a good first quarter for him so far. That wasn't an easy shot, but he was able to knock it down and add to their lead.
Walker into the front court. Margins 8. Marc Gasol sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. Now Brad Stevens calls a timeout. His guys find themselves down double digits already in this first quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. Walker to Jaylen Brown for 3. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Celtics have it. To Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Rocking the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Lowry into the front court. Lead stands at 10. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
Lowry to Gasol. Has a look. Lowry with a shot that's no good. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Kyle Lowry has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. Knocks down the first.
Number 9, Serge Ibaka. And number 1, Patrick McCall.
2 for 2 on that trip. Walker. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
First one goes down. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Well done, Kyle Lowry. With that, he's 5 for 9.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Across the timeline, it's Walker, trailing by 11. Tatum, he has scored 11 points. He's knocked down 3 threes. What a start.
He's on pace for 44 points in this ballgame. You probably want to limit his touches and actually start contesting some shots.
Ball's controlled by Lowry to Gasol. Jaylen Brown pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Walker. That's good D. Shot no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. 2 of 4 now.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Lowry with it. Up by 6. To McCaw. They work it down to Gasol. A couple of cracks at the line now.
I'm the first to say I like the intensity as much as the next guy, but you gotta be smart. Early fouls like that may come back to haunt you later in the game.
And he connects on the first free throw.
Entering the game.
He makes them both. Celtics have it. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Won't go.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
And they call it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Into the game for the Boston Celtics, number 36, Marcus Smart.
Powell to Stanley Johnson. Had a chance, but it's no good. Over to the right side. Here's a chance from long range. His first quarter struggles from deep continue. It's no good. Johnson to Gasol. Ibaka. Down low Gasol. Goes to the left side to Stanley Johnson. That's a tough look against the double team.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
To Cantor. Deep right corner. Fires the three. And the rebound taken by McCaw. Powell to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc for 3. McCaw into the front court. His team leads it by 10. To Ibaka. Gasol. Ibaka. It's Tatum with the rebound. Serge Ibaka swats it. That'll get out off the Raptors. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. From long range, and he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Raptors in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Ball's controlled by Boston. Tatum. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His team up by 7. The screen sets him up for 2.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Now with it up top. His team down 9. To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. To Marcus Smart. Cantor. Walker. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Lowry. To Gasol. Missed a wide open look. To Marcus Smart. Almost unlucky bounce. Fred VanVleet. To Gasol. And his Cantor. Tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Here comes the screen. Lowry buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Boston with the basketball. That pass taken away by Toronto.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Walker with the basketball. 9-point margin. And his Cantor above the rim.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you headhunt.
Lowry into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Walker can't connect. Lowry into the front court. Leads 5. To VanVleet. And his Cantor, snatching it out of the air. Lets it fly from long range. Buries the wide open 3. That's too easy.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start dragging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Celtics have it. Probing the defense. Walker. Smothering D.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Jaylen Brown sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Lowry. Jason Tatum. Huge block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. Lowry with it. Looking to make something happen. To VanVleet. And count the basket inside.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. Lowry has the basketball. Baseline drive, but he can't finish.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Lead stands at 10. To Hollis Jefferson. Rebound comes to Cantor. Second effort. For three. And he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
I love watching these coaches' moments. The coach was literally saying, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. That's how you make coaches look like masterminds.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Hollis Jefferson. Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Fires the three, and Kyle Lowry, muscle memory, put to good use there.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
That'll get out off the Raptors. It'll stay Celtic basketball. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Lowry. Driving right to the basket. Jaylen Brown with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Brown into the front court. Trailing by 10. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't connect. It's no good. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Lowry. Fred VanVleet. Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Gets it in the right corner. Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Brown with it up top. 14-point deficit. To Cantor. Sheer strength to slam it down. He ran right through the gauntlet.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Ibaka. Drove the lane and finished strong at the hoop on that one.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Brown into the front court. Trailing by 14. For three. Missed it. Lowry into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it to Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out. To Van Vliet. Ibaka to Van Vliet. Oh, he blocked it. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Time for some new personnel into the game. Here's a chance from long range. Knocks it down and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Shemi Ojale with a chance at a 4-point play. Numbers not in his favor. 61% for his career. Three-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. To Van Vliet. Celtics have it. Gasol with a piece. Toronto has the basketball.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
To Jaylen Brown. From the painted area, won't go down. To Cantor. Gets it in the left corner. To Jaylen Brown. Fires the three. Brown with the three with a hand in his face.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Knocked loose. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Lowry, wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Lowry. Pascal Siakam, strong finish.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Fred VanVleet. Marc Gasol, 4 out of 10.
Shot, boy.
Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Raptors have the lead.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Raptors have themselves a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics aren't down by much after 2 quarters. What really stood out to me was the way they did their scoring, that being from long range. The majority of their points came from shots taken beyond the arc. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Steals.
The Raptors have the lead, but not by much. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. They may be losing, but you can't say it's due to a lack of effort. In fact, the majority of their points have come off second chance opportunities. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Steals.
That must have been a difficult half of basketball for these coaches to watch. Neither team was able to hold on to the ball, as you can see by the steals in these highlights. Still, some credit should go to the guys with the active hands.
Player of the half.
Lowry was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Celtics have it. Walker. Beyond the arc for 3. How's this for a hot start? He's 5 of 5 from 3-point range.
And I get mesmerized every time I watch him shoot. Great release, up and down, comes down in the same spot every time.
Lowry into the front court. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Deep left corner. Has a chance. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Walker to Marcus Smart. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall. Lowry with it. His team on top by 8. Oh, nice find for the basket.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Marc Gasol rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Lead stands at 10. And a pass stolen by Boston.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
To Gasol. Lowry. Baseline drive and stuffs it home.
He got through traffic with ease, but if you're going to fully collapse the defense, you're going to leave wide open three-point shooters.
And the basket good at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Lowry into the front court. His team leads it by 10. To Gasol, down low, and finishes strong.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
To Marcus Smart, trying to cash in. Shot misses there by Smart. To Walker. And scores. Strong take.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. Has a look. And he buries it.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Into the front court, it's Walker. The deficit now up to a dozen. It was right there. Lowry to Gasol. Slams it down.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
Walker into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Counted at the rim.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Lowry into the front court. Lead is 12. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Brown with it up top. 14-point deficit. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Here comes the screen. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Good, off a spin.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Brown into the front court. His guys down big. Nothing going here on that drive. To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Pascal Siakam able to recover with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
That breaks the streak after 5 straight makes. It's no good. Nothing going here on that drive. Goes to the left side. Ibaka. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Ball's controlled by Lowry to Gasol. Scores from the post. Sizing up the defense. Walker. Shot from the lane won't go. To Van Vliet. No, I missed a short one there. It's a big finish. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Lowry has the basketball. To Van Vliet. Lowry. 5 to shoot for Toronto. From long range. They need something to go down. It's no good. And a putback slam.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Down a bundle. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Gets it in the left corner. Lets it fly from long range. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. Fred Van Vliet. Can't miss those. Jason Tatum sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
The pass set it all up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Boston with the basketball. No good. Defense catching a break there. To Lowry. Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Love the hustle. Sprawled out on the deck. Celtics have it. Walker. That pass taken away by Toronto. Probing the defense. Lowry. Great feed. Cashes in for 2.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
Walker. Rim rocker for Norman Powell.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Substitution being made in this one. Gasol pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Jaylen Brown swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Nothing going here on that drive. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Hollis Jefferson. Won't go. That's smart with the rebound. Brown with it up top. He'll run the offense. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Hollis Jefferson. Jason Tatum tips it. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. McCall. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Walker. To Jaylen Brown. Walker. That pass taken away by Toronto. Johnson to Lowry. Nothing going here on that drive. And Boston has the rebound. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Lowry to Hollis Jefferson. Knocked loose. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Lowry, and he buries it.
I wasn't even sure if he saw the defense behind him, but what he did see was his teammates' eyes telling him where to pass for that easy catch and shoot.
Walker. Nice finish at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. It'll stay Raptors basketball. Lowry to Powell. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Off the assist.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Raptors come away with it. Count the basket.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Raptors enjoying a sizable lead. Raptors ball as we get going here in the 4th, and they have done no wrong to this point. They have this game well in control.
They took control early, and they never let up. The scary thing about this team, if they keep their foot on the gas and then throttle it down, they can win this game by 50.
Marc Gasol snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Lowry. Lays it up and in.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
To Kemba Walker. Pascal Siakam sends it away. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Lowry with it. His guys holding the big lead. Jason Tatum, huge block. Celtics have it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
From the painted area, won't go down. Stuffs it down with authority.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Van Vliet. They work it down to Gasol, leaving no doubt, slams it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither. New blood coming in for both sides. Fred VanVleet. Oh, you could knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Fred VanVleet. Enes Kanter with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Celtics. To Lowry. Deep right corner. Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Enes Kanter with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Kanter. Enes Kanter above the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. To Ibaka. Johnson. Can't connect. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Raptors have the rebound. To Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Oh, a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Ibaka to Gasol. Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. 4-3. Not going down here. To Kanter. Oh, emphatic slam.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Fred VanVleet. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. Celtics come away with it. Could not throw it down. Kanter to Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. To Kanter. Ah, that's a 24-second violation. Time to shuffle things up. Fred VanVleet to Gasol. Off the pro hop. Strong footwork.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Marcus Smart.
Big pick right there.
Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Turns and slams it down.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Pascal Siakam, down low Gasol. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
And scores.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Fred VanVleet to Gasol. The drive, right to the basket. He was all over him. Missed the shot, no free throws. That pass taken away by Toronto. Pascal Siakam to McCaw. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Marcus Smart. Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. Pascal Siakam to Gasol. Down low. Nice pass to set things up.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Slams it down.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
To VanVleet. They work it down to Gasol. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
And a throwdown.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Knocked loose. Trouble getting the ball across half court. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. To Jaylen Brown. Fires the three. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Fred VanVleet. And he finishes at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. Going to launch beyond the arc. Jaylen Brown is going to get a chance at three here. A career 65% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Second and 3. Got it. Misses the last one. 1 for 3 trip. Knocked loose. Gasol. Pascal Siakam, strong finish.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Walker. Tatum. Tough shot. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Boston secures the rebound. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Can't connect from inside. Tatum. Well, the Hawks shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Toronto with the basketball. To Powell. Driving right to the basket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Trying to cash in. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Gasol. To Lowry. Has a look. The shot by Lowry misses. To Jaylen Brown. For 3. Shemi Ojale. He's going to get 3 shots here. Hasn't missed yet. Can't connect on the first free throw. Second and 3 is good. Pascal Siakam to Van Vliet. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I don't really care that Fred VanVleet finished 3rd in the voting for 6th man of the year. You know what I care about? That he was a draft snub. That 3 seasons ago, he was undrafted and nobody wanted him. After that, he spent time on the Raptors D-League team to being a guy that sits on their bench to all of a sudden being one of the best players on their squad. That's a story, that's a narrative we need to focus on.
To Gasol. Nice pass to get things going. Walker. Great dish to set it up. Tatum. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
first one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Tatum. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. It's the Raptors with the victory as they win this one in blowout fashion. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors added a win with today's solid victory. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup.
Game track. Points in the paint.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a great job of staying competitive and putting in the necessary effort to get the win.
Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.